How much money did Obama make as president? When you hear the name Barack Obama, you don't need an introduction. He remains one of the most outspoken politicians in the world, even after leaving the White House. Barack Obama was the first African American president to hold office. We all know he is one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, but have you ever wondered just how wealthy he is? Well, in this video, we're going to take a close look at Obama's wallet and count the millions of dollars in it. Reports claim that Barack Obama was paid $400,000 per year during his 8 years in office. Now that is $3.2 million in total. However, there's an interesting part. He has amassed great wealth after leaving office. According to Celebrity Net Worth, the former president is worth at least $70 million. Barack and Michelle Obama are a busy couple. The Obama's life after leaving the White House has been full and incredibly lucrative, with speaking at events all around the world, penning memoirs, and collaborating on a large-scale production contract with Netflix. Did you know that Obama's autobiography, A Promised Land, sold nearly 1 million copies on its first day of sale in November 2020? Wow, 1 million copies in a single day. That's incredible. But what exactly made the book so popular in the first place? Is it because Barack Obama wrote it? Or was it because people wanted to know what he had to say in it? In any case, Obama is said to have earned $15.6 million between 2005 and 2016 in advances and royalties from his books. When combined with the $200,000 six-figure pension that all former presidents are entitled to, these business ventures have immensely benefited the Obamas in becoming the multi-millionaires they are today. Stick around to find out more about this prominent former leader, his fortunes, and how the Obama family spends them. Let's dive in. Barack Hussein Obama Jr. was born in 1961 in Honolulu, Hawaii, to Stanley and Ann Dunham and Barack Obama Sr. He spent most of his childhood in Honolulu solely under the care of his mother. He lived in Washington State for a short period before moving to Indonesia in 1965 for 4 years and returning to Honolulu in 1971 to live with his grandparents. Barack had to move around after graduating from high school in 1979 for further education. He finished his freshman and sophomore years at Los Angeles Occidental College in 1981. Then he moved to New York City to attend Columbia University, where he eventually graduated in 1983. Obama enrolled in Harvard Law School in 1988 and earned his degree there in 1991. During his time there, he was the editor of the Harvard Law Review. Upon successful completion of his studies, Obama began his career as a lecturer at the University of Chicago Law School, where he mentored constitutional law for 12 years before retiring as a senior lecturer. He was also employed as a civil rights lawyer in Chicago during this time. In addition to teaching from 1997 to 2004, Barack served as an Illinois state senator, after which he ran for and won the U.S. Senate election. Would you happen to know Barack Obama's iconic keynote speech from 2004 Democratic National Convention? That was the turning point in his career and to becoming a rising star in the Democratic Party. Barack Obama served in the U.S. Senate from 2005 to 2008. In 2007, Barack Obama declared his run for presidency and was elected as the 44th President of the United States, with Joe Biden as his vice president in November 2008. By the way, if you're curious about President Joe Biden's net worth, we've got a video for you. Check it out. Were we somewhere? Oh, Barack Obama as president. Obama was the 5th youngest president of the U.S. and assumed office in January 2009 at the age of 47. He was in office until 2017 for 2 terms. On a side note, despite winning the Nobel Peace Prize in 2009, he was the only president to be at war during his presidential campaign. Here is a sneak peek of the Barack and Michelle Obama marriage. While serving as summer associates for Sidley Austin in Chicago, where she was an attorney and he was a law student, Barack and Michelle LaVaughn Robinson met one another. They got married in 1992 and the couple has 2 daughters. For much of their adult lives, the Obamas were not wealthy. According to sources, Obama never made more than $30,000 a year as a professor and state representative between 1991 and 2004. Michelle was the family's main breadwinner at the time, earning around $270,000 a year while working primarily for the University of Chicago hospital system. Obama's annual salary increased to $157,100 when he was elected to the Senate. The lion's share of the Obama's wealth was estimated to come from books. They've received advances and royalties from books totaling $15.6 million between 2005 and 2016. In 1995, Barack published his debut book, Dreams from My Father, A Story of Race and Inheritance. For the first few years after his release, it did not enjoy much popularity. However, book royalties skyrocketed after Barack Obama's big speech at the 2004 Democratic National Convention, resulting in a sizable royalty windfall for the Obama family, which was reported as income in 2005. Mr. Obama's income was listed as being $916,000 in 2006, and it increased to $4.2 million in 2007, thanks to the success of his second book, Audacity of Hope, which was published in October 2006 and sold millions of copies. Additionally, his book, Of Thee I Sing, A Letter to My Daughters, had a significant positive impact on his wealth growth. To this day, Obama is paid $3.75 for each hardcover copy and $1.12 for every paperback he sells. Reports show that the Obama family received a total of $20.5 million between 2005 and 2016, thanks to Obama's government salary, book royalties, investment income, and Michelle Obama's earnings from her profession before she became the First Lady. Having said that, Barack Obama's annual base salary as president was $400,000. He also had access to a $100,000 tax-free vacation budget, a $20,000 entertainment budget, and a $150,000 expense account. Barack's successful writing career isn't over yet. He and Michelle both signed book deals worth at least $60 million in 2017 to pen their respective autobiographies. A Promised Land, Barack Obama's autobiography, was published in 2020 and sold nearly 1 million copies on the first day, making it one of the best-selling political memoirs in history. In November 2018, Michelle's autobiography, Becoming, was released. Nearly 10 million copies had been sold as of March 2019. Along with selling the book, she has also sold 25 different products, including candles and mugs, with a combined value of $20 and $30 each. The Obama's involvement in the media extends beyond books. The New York Post says Barack and Michelle signed a contract to produce series and movies for Netflix in 2018 that is expected to be worth $50 million. It includes a documentary film, Becoming, that goes along with Michelle's memoir. Many former presidents enjoyed lucrative second jobs as well-known writers and public speakers. The same is true for Obama, who continues to enjoy widespread support. The former president reportedly spoke at a healthcare conference in September 2017. According to the New York Times, he was claimed to have charged $400,000 for that event. That is the equivalent of his annual presidential salary. He has made $800,000 for 2 speeches to the Carlyle Group and the Northern Trust Corp, and at least $1.2 million for 3 speeches to Wall Street firms in 2017. Michelle Obama is a skilled public speaker as well. She reportedly receives $225,000 for each speech she delivers. Her 2018 book tour appearance in Brooklyn's Barclays Center had ticket prices ranging from $307 to $4,070. The Obamas invested in real estate as well. After leaving the White House, they needed a new home. So they paid $8.1 million to buy an 8,200 square foot mansion in Washington, D.C., which they previously rented. Nevertheless, they still own their home in Chicago's Hyde Park neighborhood, which they purchased for $1.65 million back in 2005. They took out a $1.3 million mortgage on the house, even though it was valued at an estimated $2.5 million. The Obamas are also said to have paid close to $12 million on a 6,892 square foot home in Martha's Vineyard in late 2019. It was worth mentioning Barack Obama is a well-known philanthropist. His $1.4 million donation to numerous charities after receiving the Nobel Prize in 2009 was his largest to date. So, the Obama family has so far used their fortunes on charity endeavors, lavish vacationing, and long-term investments in the education of their children. In actuality, Barack Obama's net worth may be much higher than the reported $70 million, according to Business Insider. In 2017, American University predicted that the Obamas could expect to earn up to $242.5 million in their post-presidential careers, not to mention the new business partnerships that seem to crop up quite frequently. As shown by analytics at American, the Obamas could give 50 talks each year and earn a conservative $200,000 for every speech. Choosing to pursue a career as a writer or a public speaker doesn't seem boring after all. What do you think?